You have an LLM that is running on your machine, but you would like to put it in production. You have a script something like this, but would that handle concurrent requests? Can you monitor your deployment? How secure your deployment is going to be? And would you know if everything crashes? Do you have any monitoring, any observability on the performance of your LLM? In this video, I'm going to show you a complete LLMOps stack that is going to be using vLLM for LLM inference. And on top of that, we're going to be using Nginx as a reverse proxy to secure the endpoint. And we're going to be monitoring our deployment with Grafana and Prometheus. I'm going to be showing you how you can deploy everything within a Docker Compose instance, and we're going to be using Vast AI to deploy the machine. So this is going to be how you can deploy your LLM for under 50 cents an hour. Let's get started. If you want to get access to the complete source code repository for this video along with the text tutorial, go and subscribe to MLflow Pro. There, you're going to find a complete AI engineering academy that starts from Python basics, how to set up your own local development environment. Then it goes through MLOps, how you can build and deploy your own machine learning model. Then it goes into LLMs, how you can create your RAG systems, AI agents, CACs, and how you can deploy all of those systems in production. So if you want to become a better AI engineer, go and subscribe to MLflow Pro. Thank you. The stack that we're going to be using is going to be defined into a single Docker Compose file, and it will contain a couple of components that are going to be ensuring your security in the name of Nginx, which we're going to be using as a reverse proxy. This reverse proxy will take care of the security authorization that only the proper requests are going to be passed through our vLLM instance, which is going to be defining the way that your LLM is going to be served, so the inference for your LLM model. Based on those predictions, you're going to be exposing an API that is very similar to OpenAI's API. And within this API, you're going to be able to hook to the LLM, for example, using something like LangChain, that I'm going to show you how you can do that. While the vLLM instance is running, you're going to be having another instance of Prometheus. The task of Prometheus is going to be polling the vLLM metrics endpoint. This one right here. This is the default endpoint that vLLM exposes in order to provide you with information about the real-time metrics of the instance and the underlying resources that your machine is going to be having during the LLM inference. Once that you have the Prometheus database with the metrics, you're going to be able to visualize those metrics using Grafana. We're going to be using Grafana to essentially create these very beautiful dashboards that are going to be showing us or the end users what is happening under the hood and what is the performance of your LLM in production. The main component of our stack is going to be vLLM. This library will allow us to have a much higher throughput for our LLM inference, and also it is going to be allowing us a proper way to load and serve our model. In this case, we're going to be using Qwen3, the 4 billion parameter version of the model, but this library is running and optimized with pretty much every open model that is from the larger libraries and labs. So in this case, we're going to be using the Qwen3 model from Hugging Face. And one very important thing about this library is that it is optimizing the GPU memory using something called paged attention. You can think of paged attention as something like in the game Tetris, where each space is going to be used in order to optimize and maximize the space efficiency. So you'll be able to essentially fit as much as possible of your model into as small as possible GPUs. This is the project open in my local cursor instance, and as you can see, the main file here is the Docker Compose. For the client that we're going to be using to connect to our LLM instance, I'm going to be using LangChain, and these are the dependencies that we're going to be using for that. Also within this project, you have env.example file, which will contain your Hugging Face token. If your model is gated, you will need to provide your Hugging Face token here. The definition of our Docker Compose file starts with Nginx. Again, this is going to be the reverse proxy of our project. And within that, we're going to be ensuring that the requests that are coming from the outer internet connections are going to be landing here in this Nginx instance. And you can see that we're using the latest image of the library. And also we're going to be using a configuration that I'm going to be showing you in a second. And we're going to be exposing port 8000 to and map it to port 80. And this will depend on our service. In this case, this is going to be vLLM. We're going to be waiting for the vLLM instance to start. And after that, we're going to be firing up our Nginx service. And this is going to be restarted in case of a failure for us, thanks to this directive right here. The next service is going to be the vLLM instance itself. And here we need to do a bit more configuration due to the fact that we're going to be using an NVIDIA GPU. In this case, we're going to be using the NVIDIA driver with a single GPU specified right here. And then I'm going to be specifying the model. This is going to be the Qwen3 4 billion parameter instruct version of the model. We're going to be running this on localhost on port 8000. This is the same port that we have specified right here. I'm going to be letting the vLLM library decide the data type for the model when it is loaded within the GPU. And I'm going to be limiting the amount of memory utilization for the GPU to 90%. In some cases, this would prevent the vLLM instance from crashing. But of course, if your GPU doesn't have enough memory to run this model, nothing, it is going to be impossible to be saved from that. And I'm going to be again limiting the amount of model GPU usage due to the context window that I'm setting right here. So all of your conversations are going to be limited only to 4096 tokens. I'm also passing in the Hugging Face token. This is passed if your model is a gated model and you want your vLLM instance to download it. Then I'm adding a very simple health check that is going to be run every 30 seconds. And this is going to be essentially calling the vLLM/health endpoint with a timeout of 50 seconds. And here I'm going to be specifying a start period, which is going to tell the vLLM instance to start this health check only after the 300 seconds are passed. Within that time, your model should be hopefully downloaded and run through your vLLM instance itself. After that, I have configurations from Prometheus and for the Grafana instance as well. And also I'm adding an MLflow instance, which we're going to be using to observe our inference and how well the model is performing in the conversations. This is the very simple Nginx config. Here you can see that everything that is coming to this instance on port 80 is going to be required to have a bearer token of MLexpert rules. Of course, you would like to change this in practice. And in the real world, if you're deploying something like this, you would probably replace this very simple authorization with something like OAuth or something else. So keep that in mind when you're deploying this in production. This is the configuration between Prometheus and Grafana. Right here on the left, you can see that for our Grafana instance, the default data source is going to be Prometheus, which is going to be exposed on port 9090. And this is going to be, again, the default one. So on the right, the configuration for Prometheus, you're going to see that we're going to be scraping the vLLM instance every 5 seconds. That is for the metrics. And we're going to be targeting the vLLM at port 8000, which is going to be the default port that the vLLM instance is going to be running. Also here I have a default dashboard that is going to be later imported into our Grafana instance. And within this dashboard, I'm going to be using a couple of metrics such as first token and other amount of tokens and requests that we're going to be observing. So at the end of the deployment, I'm going to show you the complete dashboard. I am in my Vast AI account, and here I have created a template which is pretty much based on the default Docker container template. I'm going to show you the ports that I have opened. So pretty much all the services are going to be available to run out of the box once the deployment is complete. And I'm going to be using this template. From here, I'm going to be using, for example, the 3090 GPU that is currently 28 cents. I'm in no way affiliated with Vast AI, but for this particular deployment, I've seen that Docker Compose is coming running out of the box when you deploy those instances, and I'm going to be using this. So this is going to be your public API, and I would suggest you that you integrate this API so you can SSH to it, and you can also use your GitHub account if you have a repository that you want to clone within the SSH agent. Once the instance is running, you can click the connect right here and copy this SSH command. And in your terminal, you just paste the command in, and you should be inside the machine. Now I'm going to clone the repository from GitHub, enter the directory, just check and make sure that everything is correct. And now I'm going to be using the env.example to paste it into env. And from here, I'm going to be adding my Hugging Face token in order to start downloading event-gated models. Next, I'm going to start the Docker Compose, run the Docker Compose up, and this should go ahead and start downloading all of the images into your Docker instance on Vast AI. After the Docker Compose is finished, this will depend on the speed of the internet connection of the Vast AI instance. You should be able to see something like this. And from there, you should be able to do Docker PS. And again, from there, you should see something that this particular instance for vLLM, it is going to be still running. In order to have a look within that, I'm going to be using Docker Walks. And here you're going to see that actually this is going to take the model itself. Note that here it is limiting the amount of context window that the model is going to be using. And from there, you're going to see that this is actually going and downloading the weights of the model. This is quite fast. And from there, you're going to also see that the model is being loaded within the GPU of the instance. And vLLM is actually doing some pre-caching in order to optimize the loading of the model itself. From there, you should be able to see that the server is started, and then you're going to see that the health and the metrics endpoints of the vLLM instance are going to be hit thanks to our services, in this case the Prometheus and the periodic health check. On the left, I have loaded our Grafana instance. As you can see, this is the dashboard that it is going to be measuring the time to first token, end-to-end request latency, token throughput, the amount of tokens completed, tokens generated, prompt tokens, etc. This is going to be limited to the last 15 minutes. You can increase this, of course, to the last hour. And on the right, you're going to see that I have used the IP address of our instance on Vast AI. And I have also added the API key. So I'm going to be enabling this, running it. And from there, you're going to see that I'm initializing the chat model using a LangChain. Here, I'm going to be specifying OpenAI as a provider, since the vLLM instance allows us to simulate an OpenAI server, note here that the API key is going to be MLExpert rules, and the base URL is going to be that of the vast AI instance, and the model itself, of course, is going to be the Qwen 3. Then from there, I'm going to start a new experiment in MLflow, and this will create the new experiment since this is now pretty much installed as a basic project. And from there, I'm going to be creating a very simple list of messages. You're an expert LLM ops engineer. What are the top 3 best practices for LLM ops? And I'm going to be creating this list of messages. And from there, you're going to see that I'm actually going to be calling the model itself. This will go ahead and call the model that we're going to be using. And on top of that, it is going to be using our MLflow trace. And right here on the left, pretty much instantaneously, you're going to see that we are getting the amount of requests, the total generated tokens, total prompt tokens, etc. And right here within the Jupyter Notebook, actually, you're going to see that MLflow is nicely integrated with that, and it is pretty much showing you the request and the response of the message that we got. In a second, I'm going to show you also the MLflow instance itself. Let's continue with another request, pretty much the same thing. And here you can see that this request also took a very short time. At least with this GPU and the 4 billion parameter model, which is this not quantized. Actually, we got the response in 1.5 seconds. And as you can see now, we have a total request of 2. And the total generated tokens in the last 15 minutes are 115. When you visit your MLflow instance on the vast AI machine, you're going to see that you have a new experiment called conversation. And here, this automatically should detect that you are actually getting the amount of experiments to be equal to 2, since we got 2 requests. And here you can see the details and the timeline of the complete input and output. You can see the system message. What are the top 3 best practices for LLM ops? This is the question that we got. Then the response from the Qwen 3 model, and then the next question. Again, we got the response, LangChain, MLflow, and Hugging Face. And just like that, you have an LLMOps stack that it is better than 90 or 95% of the demos right here. It is based on only open source model, and it is very easily deployable if you want to run it on your local machine, on your on-premise server, or on a deployed instance that you're going to be paying for. So this is going to allow you to have some very basic security, a high throughput and output for the LLM inference. And on top of that, you're going to be able to have the observability of the Grafana dashboards, and you're going to be able to manage your AI experiments with MLflow. Thank you for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, join the Discord channel that I'm going to link down into the description of this video. And again, if you want to have access to the complete source code of what I have shown you and a complete text tutorial, go and subscribe to MLExpert Pro. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.